Good evening, everyone. It is currently Tuesday, May the 14th, and it's 7:05 p.m., and I accept a motion to start the Colmar Manor public meeting.
I'll make a motion as stated.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Motion stands. The meeting is now in order. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are enjoying your spring and maybe catching some of the rainwater because we sure have gotten a lot of it this year.
Yes.
So they used to say April showers bring May flowers, but May is
right.
taking over this time. So for this meeting this evening, our primary item is to introduce our budget. And so we will move forward with some normal business. So we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now we can have a moment of silence for the shut in, the struggling, those who need our blessings and help. And now, if we can take a moment of silence and rejoice in the blessings that we have upon us, our family, our friends, our loved ones, our food, our air, all the wonderful things we have in life. Let's take a moment and really appreciate that. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, we understand that Councilmember Bowden will not be able to attend this public session. We'll be here later for our business, for the budget. Is there a motion to excuse Councilmember Bowden from the session?
Yes, I make that motion as stated.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the ayes have it. And we've excused Councilmember Bowden. Okay, I'm going to be reporting on our work session from last week, which was not a long session for the work session. We called to order the work session. We spoke about a sound ordinance, just so that everybody is aware. We have been generally using the county's sound ordinance, which used to be time-oriented. We have recently found out that the sound ordinance is now space-oriented, so it only states that if someone can hear you from 50 feet away, that you are breaking the ordinance. Of course, in an urban environment, it sounds like that sound ordinance was really made for a highly suburban environment or rural environment, and therefore we have asked our attorney to do some research on sound ordinances in urban environments so that we can approach the county on making some variations to that sound ordinance that fits more of our community. We met with neighbors at the 4300 block of Lawrence Street who were trying to get a variance for the driveway and made some recommendations to them about using permeable pavers. From there, we recessed into a budget work session and spent the rest of our time working on our budget. So that concludes what took place at the work session. Next item on the agenda is the mayor's report. Due to the time limitations and the fact that we need to work on the budget, I'm not going to put out any specific report at this time. And I'll ask the council members, are you giving any reports today?
No report.
Jackson?
No report. No report.
Okay, so we'll move forward. The next item is the treasurer's report. Mr. Baden couldn't be here this evening. I will provide the report he's given us. Through April. Okay, so in the treasury report through April, we have revenues in a total of $940,881. We have general expenses in the amount of $87,918. Payroll expenses, $17,777. Van expense, $7,819. Code enforcement, $31,691. Public Works, $72,427. We've got a community center total of $82,593,000. Public safety, $218,020 plus $6,411,000 of expense for the chief. For the community center operations, we have $85,052 for the budget. Our total expenses, including our reserve, is $2,400,000. Oh my God, where am I? I read the wrong column. Start all over again. Oh, it's not my job.
And I think you read the
So this is the first column. Okay, so first column, so where we have a total revenue, $1,506,107. General expenses of $439,003. We have payroll tax expenses, $57,072. Senior van operating expense, $41,432. Code enforcement expense of $9,816. We have public works expense of $191,440. For community center, town hall, $272,435. For public safety, $218,581, plus an additional $3,082 for the chief. And then we have for the community center operations, $69,150.81, which puts us at 81% on that budget. And with 9 months in, we would normally be at, I guess, 9 months. 75%. So in general, it's March, no, well, it's 6 months. Sorry. 2 months. 83%. So for most of our budget line items, we are below the 86%. We do expect to come in very close to our planned budget at this year end. Is there any questions in relationship to this particular report?
no question.
Okay, so I have a question, which I'll put on the record for Mr. Baton to look at when he gets back in town. But code enforcement on page 3, the salary line item just completely is out of range from what it should be. That's not more than a month or so.
Well, isn't it because maybe Carter City, they handle the code enforcement budget?
Their half?
So they're the lead, we're not the lead. So we haven't got
they haven't
billed yet.
billed
So
us
that's
yet.
why, so they're the lead on it. So this is showing what we have, and once they bill us,
Okay,
Get the
the
rest.
number should change.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, guess we'll speak to them about that. That's a little challenging for us to track our budget if we're not getting it.
I can tell you that I saw our town accountant in Cotton City. Last week, I did sit down with the town clerk, and we separated the billing according to the attachment A, and that's already completed. Now, hopefully, the accountant will go in and start to disperse the bill. Yes.
Okay. Look forward to that.
Yes.
Thank you.
What is that sound?
I don't know.
Okay, is there a motion to accept the treasurer's report for April 2019?
Yes, I'll make that motion to accept the treasurer's report for April 2019.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Call for a vote. Ward 1,
Aye.
Ward 2, absent Ward 3,
Aye.
Ward 4,
Aye.
and Mayor votes aye. So treasurer's report's been accepted. Okay, can we get out of this report, Chief?
Do you want a quick version?
Yep.
Just so everybody know that we do have a report here available. We had 10 written reports. Out of the 10, 6 of them was from the shopping center. And we had 71 calls for service for the month of April.
Okay,
That was
Thank
quick.
you.
thank you very much. Anybody have any questions?
Yes. Chief, did I see the shopping center, do they have like a patrol car riding around too?
They have one at the Shoppers.
Okay, I thought I
And
seen it.
they
Okay.
also have a part-time
Security.
in the whole entire shopping center.
Part-time.
PG County.
Yes, I think I ran into him one evening, and I said hello, and it was like shocked at once. But I ran into him anyway. But I just wanted to say to you, Chief, and to the police that I heard a lot from a lot of residents. They are very pleased with seeing the police patrol the areas, and just wanted to say, thank you.
Thank you.
Because a lot of times you hear negative stuff, and I just wanted you to know that we do see the police. So.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, I want to say that
What is that?
thank you so much. I've gotten so many comments from people around the community about seeing the police. It means a lot to them. It is what they've asked for, is to be able to see the police, but also the general nature of our officers to communicate with people and let them know that they're there for them. So they're doing a good job.
Thank
You're
you.
doing a good job. We appreciate it.
One thing, we do have coffee with the cop tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock at the IHOP.
Oh, okay.
Any and everyone is welcome to come and join.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow, 9 and 9 o'clock.
Okay, good job. Okay, oh, and I do want to mention also to everybody out there about this sound. It's time of the year when people want to start coming out in their yard and enjoying their family and friends, and so we all need to appreciate that that's something people buy houses for, so that they have that opportunity to do that. So, in doing that, I would ask people to be respectful of your neighbors, let your neighbors know if you're having an event or a party, and to be sure to actually let them know, invite them if you can, if it's appropriate, but also you don't want to be out on the middle of the night, when people are trying to rest. So let's be respectful and considerate to one another. I will also mention from a police perspective that very seriously, our parking permit violation enforcement will become significant after Thursday. For the last week or so, a couple of weeks now, the chief amongst the officers have been getting out warnings in order to allow people to be aware if they have not gotten their parking permits. And I do appreciate the number of people that have come in the last couple of weeks to really take care of it. But you have till tomorrow to get a permit for free. And as I've stated before, we opened up the permit process about a year ago for people to actually come and do their permits for this entire period of time. And so there's been significant opportunity to get your permit. You will still be able to get a permit after tomorrow, but it would be $45 for that permit. And if you do not have a permit and you're in an area that does not say non-permit space, then you will be getting a ticket, not a warning. And so we look forward to this process working forward. We'll be observing it. We may make changes and tweaks, so everything's not written totally in sand. After we see how everything works out, we'll move forward. So is there a motion to accept the police report?
Yes, I'll make that motion as stated.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
I'll call for a vote. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Absent.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. Thank you, Chief. Okay, the next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. So there were minutes that we got last,
It had a couple of
a few,
corrections.
okay, minutes that we've gotten for. So we have minutes from
February.
February the 5th, 2019.
February. Well,
You want to do,
There is February 12th, 2019,
March 5th.
March 5th, 2019, and
March
March 12th, 2019. April is in the package, but April is for next month's because it's new in the package. The other 4 were in the packages from last month.
Already.
So is anybody who has a motion to approve these minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve February the 5th and February the 12th, 2019 minutes. February the 5th was a work session, and February the 12th was a town meeting.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? You said there were some minor changes.
Yeah, there was a couple of changes in it.
I thought they made them. They didn't make them?
Not now.
You're saying the
That's when
changes
she
got made from
right.
last time when we were.
That was why we have, just now getting them back.
Yeah, just a little
Right.
small.
Okay. So I'll call for a vote. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Absent.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. All right. Reflect that these minutes have been approved.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for March the 5th, the work session, and also approve March the 12th town meeting minutes. I did it separate.
Oh, okay. Is there a second?
I'll second Jackson's.
Okay, any discussion? I'll call for a vote. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Absent.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. Minutes are now approved. Okay, we have no unfinished business this evening. The business that we have for new business is to introduce the budget. Okay, let me see if I can find the schedule. Do any of you have the schedule?
The schedule for us.
Going forward after this introduction. We're supposed to have the schedule in here.
I was late. I think Melinda may have put it in her calendar. Remember?
I need the date of the hearing.
Huh?
I need the date of the hearing.
Oh, the date of the hearing.
Let's see if I put it in. I was late that night. Let's see.
The hearing is the 4th,
June 4th?
June the 4th. Yeah.
June 4th. I know you had put it in
Yeah,
your
I know.
calendar because I said I got
Because
it.
we changed it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm presenting the ordinance number 03-2019, annual budget and levy. This ordinance of the Mayor and Town Council of Maryland to establish a budget and levy for the town of Colmar Manor for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2019, and fully ending June 30th, 2020. Be it ordained by the Mayor and Town Council of Colmar Manor pursuant to the powers and authorities set forth by sections we know of. This ordinance shall take effect upon the date of its adoption. Introduction on the 14th day of May, today, adopted on the 11th day of June, shall be signed by those set forth. So we are now introducing this on the 14th, and this budget calls for revenues in the amount of $2,292,400, including a reserve of $769,291, with expenses in the amount of $2,292,400, with a reserve of $628,746. This current budget, and we are introducing also the standard yield, which includes a 1% increase in residential taxes and 4% on the business tax. This is not our final budget. We have intentions on reworking the budget to continue to try to keep a balanced budget with no increases or as little as possible. And so with this, I ask if there's a motion for us to introduce this budget.
I'll make a motion to introduce the budget ordinance 0-3, 2019.
There a second?
I second it.
Okay, I'll call for a vote. Ward 1.
Aye.
Well, first, is there any discussion?
Yes, we're working very hard on this budget. We spent practically the night here last Tuesday. Anytime we go over 12 o'clock, I say we spend the night. So we do care about this budget, and everyone sitting at this table take it very seriously.
Thank you. Any other discussion? I'll call for a vote. Ward 1.
Aye.
Ward 2.
Absent.
Ward 3.
Aye.
Ward 4.
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. Okay. And just to reiterate, this is a working budget. This is not our final budget. So
Right.
it's now introduced, will be advertised, and we will have a budget work session. The budget will also go on our website, and we will have a budget hearing on June 4th at 7 o'clock. So please come out to get more detail on what's in the budget. You'll be able to ask questions and specific things. We really love your feedback. After the budget hearing on that Tuesday, the 4th, then on the 11th, the next Tuesday, is when we will actually do the adoption. So we have an opportunity, if we hear from you and something that you've said and it means something that we can work on, we'll still be able to make changes after the hearing. So with that done, the next item on our agenda is any committee reports. So I'll just say, is there any committee announcements? Before I do that, though, I am going to recognize Mr. Brown from Delegate Fennell's office. Thank you for coming out, Mr. Brown. Is there any words that you would like to share with us?
Just want to let you know that Senator Augustine and Dana said they will be at the next meeting.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
Great.
Great. Wonderful. They'll be at our meeting to adopt our budget.
Oh, great.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Any announcements to be made?
Wanted to do, yeah.
Garden Club?
Sure.
Okay,
Anything you
yeah,
want. Any
okay.
announcements. Let's just make whatever
Okay,
announcements we need
I'll
to
try to
make.
make it really quick. I just want to thank all of the volunteers that came out to help us to redo our garden, rebuild our west garden. We had Reverend Addison and her group. We had volunteers from the residents. We had some of our garden club members. We had Bill Young from Carter City came over to help, the mayor and council. I just want to give a shout out to Kurt Plunkin, also Paul and Elizabeth Howe, Leslie Mitchell. Just wanted to say hats off to Dorita Epps and also Julianne Bethay. They really have worked hard in this particular garden. And we want to just, the garden club and everybody else, we want to really give a shout out to our public works because we really relied on them a lot, Jerome and Mike, and they really did an excellent job. So if you haven't had a chance to look at our rebuild West Garden, please take a look at it. We do have 4 plots in that particular garden, and in our East Garden, we have 2 plots available. The plots are $20 because we want to stay sustainable. One of the things we do not do chemicals in our garden. So if you're interested, please give the town hall a call and then they'll contact our garden president. Our next meeting is this Saturday coming up. I guess it will be in the East Garden. The time will be 10:30. Normally it's 10 o'clock, but I think myself, Dorita and myself are going to do a 5K walk. So we should be back about 10:30 for that, the meeting this Saturday. That's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I want to announce the scavenger. We have resolution to do Kids in the Park month of May, and so on Saturday, there will be a scavenger hunt, which is being hosted by our Recreation Council, and we want to appreciate the work that they put into trying to get this done. If you want more information, please call the town hall. I'm not sure what time it starts. Did you see, because you said you just saw the flyer?
I did, but I didn't, I apologize, I didn't write. I want to say noon to 3, but,
Okay. Well, it's on Facebook, it's on Nextdoor. Just check out one of those sites to actually get the actual location, and then come on out and have some fun. We really appreciate the work that the Rec Council is doing. Okay, I want to make an announcement that we received from the Maryland Department of Agriculture, MDA, has notified the town of Colmar Manor the scheduled spray night, this is for mosquito sprays, will be Tuesday. Spray season begins on May 29th and is anticipated to end on September the 17th. Spraying will begin after dark and may continue until midnight or later. MDA does not conduct spray activity during daylight hours. If you see a truck in the community spraying during the day, it is not the state of Maryland. As a precaution, MDA advises residents to stay inside their homes and close their windows while the spray truck is in the vicinity. Bring in any pets and remain in the home for 20 to 30 minutes after the spray truck has passed by. If there are people outside when the truck passes by, no spray will be released. And the truck will not make another pass down that street. The spray schedule will rotate every 3 weeks. This means the community may or may not be sprayed each week. The frequency will be determined by surveillance data collected and complaints received. For more information on the MDA mosquito control program and how to opt out of the spray, please visit the MDA website. So I would just like to add to that, many of you might be aware that the discrepancy between those who want spray and those who do not want spray is very high. The people who want spray is very high, and we heard from them last year because of the opt-out regulations. It takes very few people to opt out to cause a whole block to not be sprayed. So if you want to be sprayed on your block, I highly suggest you communicate with your neighbors and make sure that they are not opting out. Because if 3 actually opt out on one street, it could void the whole street, and it seems like we had a very painful summer last year with so much rain and so many mosquitoes that there were a lot of very unhappy campers. So be cautious of anyone who is trying to persuade you to opt out. Do what your gut says. The top Department of Agriculture has told us that these are not poisonous. Their suggestion, they do not affect animals, and their suggestion to go inside is simply so that the smell and the vapor, which is in any case, we drive down the street where cars are all the time, so you don't want that at the time when it's happening, so just have a chance to go away. But it's not dangerous for the type of thing that they're using these days. And these are not the same things that they've used in the past that have been dangerous. So don't just accept what people are saying. Do your own research. Go on their website. They give you quite a bit of detail about what they use, why they use it, and what exactly they don't use. So learn for yourself. And I hope we have a mosquito-free summer.
Great.
Thank you. Okay, so if I have any citizen comments?
I just wanted to report on our green team.
Okay, go ahead.
Just our next green team meeting is May the 20th, which is Monday. We'll be working on a sustainable Maryland, recertified sustainable Maryland. The meeting is open, all is welcome, 7 o'clock. That's it.
All
This
right.
Monday, you said?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's Monday.
Any other announcements that we need to make? Here they, Chief, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Oh,
Right.
you want to say something about the,
Neighborhood watch meet?
well, the, no, the,
Explore.
Explore. Yes, Explore.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we had our very first Explore meeting where we reached out to different children I think in Colmar Manor, we had one family come, and the next meeting is tomorrow. What I'm asking is we get more volunteers from, in our town, to be a part of the Explore program. Right now, it's just the very beginning stage. We'll see, hopefully tomorrow we'll get more children to come out. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to see.
Yeah, that'll be
Chief,
cool.
what's the age again?
It's from, I want to say it's 10,
10?
and the oldest that we
17.
have is 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds great. I hope people will come
Yes.
out. I know, we have the summer program here from Maryland Capital Park and Planning.
Yep.
And most of our young children from the town actually attend, so.
Oh, that's
yes.
great.
Yes, we get most of them. So that would be a
Awesome.
good chance to reach out too. Okay, thank you, Chief. Is there any other important matters for?
Just that we're having our appreciation dinner on Friday. Some of you may have already got an invite. We try to recognize our volunteers or people that come out, and it's this Friday. So
Okay.
see you here.
Thank you so much. Okay, we look forward to seeing you guys at the weekend. We are going to, is there a motion for us to recess into budget work session?
I'll make that motion to recess in the budget work session.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we're now off to our budget work session. Thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you.
We will be in the conference room. Of course, it's still public too, open to the public, except limited to the council comment.